Good morning, everyone, and we are talking about joining a local organization. Maybe you've thought about doing this in your local community, maybe something online like a Facebook group or some type of mastermind. Either way, we're going to go over the reasons of one I've recently joined and a lot of the benefits that I've been getting. Enjoy the show. Financially free and enjoy more of what the world has to offer in this action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch. So a little one-person trampoline, very I screen shared it. Like, there's no excuse. Like, phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. Ahoy! Good morning to you all. We have a really fun-filled episode this morning as we get going for the morning, getting ready for the day, enjoying it. And I recently joined an organization. I actually just paid dues to the organization last night, and it's a real estate organization. And then the real estate part doesn't matter so much versus just the benefits of joining an organization in general and why I highly encourage other people to do it. So this morning, we're going to go over 11 reasons why, as you can see in the title below me, of why I've benefited from this, and then why I believe you can benefit from it as well. We kind of have a lot of these suckers. 11's quite a bit to go through and talk about. So let's go ahead and get our show episode on here for the number, right? So we were talking about what episode is it? It is episode, by gosh, it is episode 338 of the Talk to Tanner Morning Show. Thanks for tuning in with us this morning. You know the drill. We're not stopping until we get to 1,000. So in this morning, we're going to be joining an organization. Joining an organization. I'm going to simplify for org. My chart kind of broke on me. So this will work, folks. This will make sense. But let's go ahead and get straight into the first one. I don't want to beat around the bush this morning. Happy Friday to you all. Good morning. Good morning. First off, the first reason why we need to join an organization is expanded professional networking. Expanded networking. So people do not know who the hell Tanner Dewitt is. People don't know who I am. I wasn't born famous. I didn't go viral on something, right, when I was a little kid. I'm not from some, renown. I'm not some prince from some big family, yada, yada. Or I've never really been, and I'm not being hard on myself versus just, I think there's certain people who are just really, really cool. And I don't believe I was always ever one of those people like growing up, this and that. So not Mr. Popular or super special, really. I think I'm talented at a certain amount of things, but never like the coolest kid on the block. So if you're like me in this regard, then we need to go out there and we need to network and meet with more people. And I think just joining an organization and putting a little money down, like this one I just joined, is $75. $75 to just be around a lot of people who've been in the space for way longer. And we're going to get into a bit of why that's so beneficial. So first off, we got to get out there and networking. I know COVID absolutely smashed people's ability to just say, hello, how are you? Shake my hand. And doing that kind of stuff got really scary. I know for me personally. And so just knocking the rust off. Remember, no one gives a shit. And it's totally cool. We can go in there, we can talk, and we can just listen and just be around. If you pay, you're part of it. I think people are really accepting with open arms. To get into one of the number 2 benefit, knowledge sharing. So they were talking about a new law that's been issued into the state of Illinois that regards with real estate and rental properties, and it includes like smoke detectors and smoke alarms. There's just certain things, because my primary focus is this coaching company by a landslide, not even close. If you could teeter it up, how much I care about this coaching company and where I'm taking this sucker to the moon, and then how much I care about real estate, it's not even close. My number 1 priority by a landslide is coaching, is the course. It's helping lots of people figure out personal development. I just love it. the intricacies working with people just by a landslide way more. But the knowledge sharing, so I acknowledge that this isn't a high priority, education company, real estate company. I acknowledge that real estate isn't my highest priority in the world, but so I'm not taking the time to read nearly as many real estate books anymore. I'm not taking the time to listen to nearly as many real estate podcasts. So I think just immersing myself, networking from tip number one, and just immersing myself in there for knowledge sharing, because they're just talking about random stuff. There were several problems that were unique, not unique. That's the thing. Your problems are not unique to you, and someone's solved them before. And this is why that knowledge sharing is so valuable. And just something about just being person to person, I think, makes it set in a lot better. So number 2, why you need to join a local organization is knowledge sharing. Number 3, skill development. For me, getting in front of there, again, nobody automatically assumes like Tanner Dewitt's the coolest dude ever, or wants to share or buy all my stuff or do this. So we have to work hard to get out there and to meet people and network. And I think there's a really special skill that's being built. I believe if in my 20s, I have no fear to say, hello, my name is Tanner Dewitt. I am a life and business coach, and I have this course that's really helping people simplify their lives and pay attention to what matters. Do you know anyone who's willing to do this? Do you know anyone who's willing to do this? And I don't have to directly come at you. I can just say this. Do you know anyone? That's a great, I like that sales approach. It takes the pressure off them, and if they want to, they'll talk to me more about it. That's usually what happens. Or if they know somebody, then I'm like, oh, this guy's not a total asshole. Yeah, sure. I will introduce you, yada, yada. So I think the skill development of just getting in there, you could join a local organization that does like glass blowing, or it does bird watching, or it does like just the muscle of getting in there and talking about this or talking about that, I think is really crucial to just improving your skills. Because I keep getting told by my mentors, my business coach, my life coach, and then one of my old mentors from real estate, they just keep talking about, they're like, Tanner, just keep building your skills. Your skills develop, your value develops, and then you get paid for how valuable you are in the marketplace. And that's only going to compound as I'm in my 20s now, into my 30s, into my 40s, into my 50s. And who knows what the hell I could be possibly doing in my 60s if we keep this up. So skill development from joining an organization. Next, increase visibility. So doing things like, hey, I have this morning show that goes live every weekday morning at 8 a.m. and we go over topics, tips, tricks, and ideas. And I'm on episode 338 this morning. So we're rocking and rolling. We have something serious. Maybe you'd want to check it out. Maybe you would. Maybe you wouldn't. Increased visibility to what it is that you're trying to present. And people are not mind readers. They're not going to be walking on the street like, oh yeah, that kid's got a morning show. Yeah. Oh yeah. And no one's going to know that, versus I tell them like, hey, I have this morning show. I'm really trying to help people start their day off right. I'm a big believer in momentum. Start your day right. Have a great day. Big believer on that. I know that's really changed my life, and that's why I do this sucker at 8 a.m. because I'm dressed up, I'm locked and loaded, I'm putting good new knowledge in my brain. Take action right away. And because if I start my mornings off and I'm like watching bull crap on my phone, or I'm just sleeping in, or I'm feeling lazy, yada, yada, my days tend not to be as good. So that's where we're coming in. And I think just getting out there in general, increased visibility will be really helpful for you in the endeavors that you're trying to succeed at. Next is feedback and advice. So one of my properties actually got talked about. They were asking me questions about it, and they were just giving me feedback. People with decades and decades and decades and decades and decades of experience between I don't know how many people were in the room, maybe 30 or something like that. Either way. And I think there was one other really young person in there, and they will all have way more experience than me. So joining organizations where people have more experience than you, they just know things that you don't. And then being vulnerable and okay. I was like, I literally said, I don't know what I'm doing. will someone help me? And just accept the fact that you're not super smart at things and that you're willing to learn. People like that. Switch the seats for just a second. If someone came up to you and was like, and they were nice and they were open and honest and vulnerable, and they were saying, hey, I think this is really cool, which I think real estate is cool. Owning properties, I think, is cool. Making cash flow, I think, is cool. I don't really know what I'm doing now. Do you think you could help me? They'd be like, who actually says, screw you, gives you the middle finger and is like, nah, yeah, eat shit, right? People want to help you a lot more than they get credit for. I know the online world can be really toxic, but when you get out there and you start chatting and mingling and stuff, turns out people are actually really nice. So feedback and advice, the fifth benefit of our list of 11 reasons why you must join an organization. Next is referrals and leads. These people we're talking about, they're like, hey, I have this lot for sale. Hey, I have this property coming up for sale. Hey, this is for sale. Hey, I'm doing this deal. I'm doing that deal. Just referrals and leads. And especially for someone like me I work with real estate agents. I work with real estate investors. I work with one-person businesses all the time. And that's what a lot of these people were. So I can practice just saying, hey, I have this thing going on. Do you know anyone who would want to benefit from it? Hey, I have this thing. I'm doing this. Would you like to try it out? So just getting that practice of trying to get referrals for leads. And if you're trying to, you would be blown away how many real estate deals get done just because people like people. My first duplex that I bought, one of my good buddies, he gave me a really good price on it because we were friends. Or that's how my one original mentor from his mentor, he bought his first property. He bought a 3-flat in Chicago, and he gave him a massive discount because he liked the guy. As you build relationships, you do networking, and we're following all the reasons why we join these organizations, you'd be blown away just by showing up, putting a smile on your face and saying, hey, I'm here to learn. You'd be very, very surprised at how many people want to do business with people. They would take less money and do business with the people that they like than go through a huge pain in the ass with some butthole and make a little extra cash. Think about yourself. Would you do business with, say, like me, if you really liked me? Or would you, and you make a little bit less money? Or would you rather do business with someone who you absolutely dislike and then you make a little more money? What's money actually worth to you, right? So you'd be blown away. Referrals and leads are spread all around. Next is partnerships and collaborations. Kind of hitting on this in the last point, but there was these two guys, they were talking about doing this house flip together. And then they were talking about, oh, we're looking for an apartment building that has these dynamics. And so at one of my properties, something broke and it needs fixed and this and that. And I was like, I don't really know what to do. And he's like, oh, I have a machine for that. Yeah, I can give you this and you can use it. And it was 5 times cheaper than going out and buying the machine, buying the tools necessary for the job, etc. So partnerships and collaborations can really help save costs in the long run. And I think this applies outside of real estate as just you're doing business. So for my new course, my one-page life plan under here, because I have 3 offers, and under the one-page life plan course, you get 5 of my team members. You get coaching sessions, you get movement assessments, you get wellness assessments, you get to work with a graphic designer, you get to focus on like nutrition and all this good life stuff. So it's the partnerships and collaborations, I think, can really enhance all of our businesses when we partner with the right people. So possibly look for other people to partner with when you're joining these local organizations. How can I help you? How can you help me? This is what we want to do, folks. We want to help people and we want to be helped. Access to resources, kind of under the tools thing. This guy's going to help me out next week with one of the tools, yada, yada. And just having access to more things. They know what they were talking about, a quote for how much something costs. And they're like, oh, that's a good price. Oh, that's a bad price. And, oh, I would use this person. Oh, I would use this person. They had a lot of referrals going around of like people they had used for particular services. And it's like, oh, this is great. So access to resources. Number 9, motivation and accountability. I think there's something to be said. Just please go try this. So you have an interest. I want to start this type of business. I want to sell Pampered Chef products. I want to sell plants. I want to sell I want to sell coaching. So you want to sell coaching like I do. Then going into these groups and talking about other people just making transactions with coaching, people making transactions with real estate, people making transaction with whatever it is they want to do. I think it just gives a lot of motivation and accountability to show that it's possible and that you really do want to do it. Point number 10. This is just such valuable information, especially because we just don't have enough time in the day to do more research than an entire field of people. So this organization I was at last night, they do a meeting once, it's like every third Thursday of the month. And they're just talking about market insights. What are price points at? What are interest rates at? Like, what is construction costs at? What are all of these costs at that I don't pay attention to anymore? I don't pay attention to those insights nearly as much. When I was in college, I was studying all these cities all the time, whether it was in Nashville. I was looking at a lot of places in North Carolina, South Carolina, looking at markets in Florida. I was looking at markets all over the freaking country, Denver, Colorado, Phoenix, Arizona, and just trying to learn real estate. And now I don't, because of my education company and because the bigger priority with getting people to do the class and getting people to just make it the course the greatest thing ever, I don't pay attention to the market insights much anymore. So I can get all of this information from them immediately. How much can I charge for rent at one of my properties? How much? And they're like, that. I'm like, fantastic. Moving on with my life. So market insights can save you a ton of time, whatever industry you're in. And lastly, camaraderie and support. These people, there was this one guy who was really nice. He was laughing a lot. He was yelling back and forth, doing this. And you're going to meet people and make friends. And there's something really special about when you can work on a business model and an idea with people you really genuinely like and trust. It makes the camaraderie so much better. It makes working on those harder projects so much easier. And then you got support behind your back because people who like people help people they like. I don't know if that rolled off the tongue right, but if someone likes me, they're probably a lot more likely to help me when I genuinely need it, and vice versa. And what do we live for, folks? We live to give. Living is giving. Thanks, Tony Robbins, for spreading this insight. But camaraderie and support is our last point of the day. These were 11 reasons why you must join an organization. Look in your area. There's things like Eventbrite that you can look up. There's Meetup, the Meetup app. There's a whole slew of things. I have in one of my sections for the one-page life plan course of just really diving into opportunities that you would like to look into. I got a lot of questions and back and forth on you picking something that you would possibly want to join and why that would benefit you. And here's a big list of reasons that I came up with this morning when I was writing my show notes of why I've been benefiting from it. And I think you can benefit from it too. But this was 11 reasons why you must join a local organization, episode 338. Let's run through them real quick like a machine gun for my video editor. 1, expand your professional network. We must network. Knowledge sharing, gain more knowledge. Skill development, improve your skills. Increase your visibility, get out into the world. Feedback and advice, because there's things that we don't know and we need advice on. 6, referrals and leads. People give leads to people they like, get those referrals. Partnerships and collaboration, see how you can help each other. Access to resources, just getting more access to the tools that you need. I don't have all the tools. They have more tools that I need. Motivation and accountability. We got to be inspired internally. And I think being around people we like really helps. do that. Market Insights really saves time on Market Insights for me right now. And Camaraderie and Support, it's okay to do things that I enjoy and be around people who I enjoy that are doing things that I want to aspire to be. I talked to a number of folks that just had, like this one dude, he's a broker. He's a real estate agent in this area. He's really nice. His name's Brian. And he was like, yeah, I got like 88 units. I was like, Jesus, that's a ton. But I don't want 88 units. I'm trying to trade my units and continue to get nicer quality properties and continue to stay in like the teen range. I don't want to get over 20 versus just absolutely catapulting this education company through the roof. Sky's the limit with this stuff. So, but that's my focus. And I think figuring out your focus, where you can fit in, is really what you want to do. So thanks for tuning in today, everyone. This was 11 reasons why you must join a local organization. My 3 offers that I offer. So if you know anyone who could benefit from these services, please have them tune in for my quick little pitch. The morning show every weekday morning is just free accountability to come in and start your day off right. Learn something new, try and apply it, share it with someone you know. So the morning show. I have the 1-page life plan course. This is a online course that is absolutely money. This thing is incredible for really figuring out and simplifying. Oh my gosh, the word simplify doesn't even do it justice. Just simplifying what it is you really want and focus more on what it is that you do want. Pay attention to what actually matters and get rid of the rest of the bullshit. That's exactly what the course does for you. And then, of course, I have my private competitive advantage coaching. This is the intense stuff. People who want a true competitive advantage, who want to go absolutely all in, a little more of the David Goggins style of coaching. I'm pretty extreme and hard on people for that one, but that stuff works, baby. And I absolutely love it. So if you love it, you can check out the private competitive advantage coaching as well. So those are my 3 services that I offer. If you know anyone who you think could benefit from those, please send me a direct message. I would love to show them and kind of see what we have to offer. I do a money back full guarantee, no matter what, no questions asked, because if you ain't happy, I don't want your money. I ain't happy. So cheers, friends. That's all I have. And have an incredible Friday. In case you needed to hear it, I love you. You're a badass. You got this. Let's have a good day. Do something nice for somebody and enjoy the weekend, because I'm off. Woo! I'm off for a couple days. No content to make. Not that I don't love this, but doing too much anything is like, it's kind of heavy. So I'm off for the weekend. I'm excited. And then I'll be back here live 8 a.m. Monday morning with another episode of the Talk to Tanner Morning Show. Catch you guys later. Have a great weekend. Until next time.